So, the idea is I play for about 45 minutes or so, and we see how far I can get in that time, which is probably not very far, but we will see. So we're playing the Dark Souls remastered version on PC, just because it's the easiest way for me to record the gameplay. So we're going to start a new game. And for those that have never played this game or any of the other Souls games before, it's basically you make your character at the beginning and choose a class. So let me put my name in. Just need to type it on the keyboard. I'm sorry if that was really loud. And I usually, for me, I don't know why, when I play these games, I always like to play as a male character. I don't know, I've just always been that way. I just like the way that the character looks more. And with the class, I always like to play as a strength character. So, the knight is pretty good. I like their starting equipment, and I just love their armor set. I think that armor set is like really, really cool, and I like it a lot. I'll show you the other classes anyway. So you've got the Wanderer, which is also a pretty good class. Thief. The Thief starts with a Master Key, which is pretty cool, but to be honest, if you haven't played this game before, I probably wouldn't recommend getting the Master Key as a starting item, because basically what it does is it allows you to open a lot of doors that are usually locked, and you can get yourself quite lost in areas that might be a little bit too difficult, so maybe it's not a great starting item for new players. You've got the Bandit, the Hunter, which is like a range, Sorcerer. I don't think that magic is too good in Dark Souls 1. It's good in some of the other games though. Pyromancer is very, very good in this game, but I don't really like to play as ranged characters too much. Cleric is a miracle based class, and then you've got Deprived, which is, it seems like a bad class, but it's actually pretty good because you've got all of your attributes are at 11, so it's a nice base if you wanna, have a nice even attribute set. But I'm gonna start with the Knight because I just like strength characters, and I think out of the gifts, this is the item that you start with. I'm gonna start with, I don't know, you've got Divine Holy Water, which restores HP. It's not that good. Black Fire Bombs are pretty good actually. Twin Humanity's quite good. Binoculars, whatever. Pendant, doesn't do anything. Master Key, like I was explaining before. Tiny Being's Ring. Now, that tricks a lot of new players, because you think, oh, a boost to health, that's really good. It's not too good. And Old Witch's Ring, which is good for a certain NPC that you can meet in the game. Because we're not going to get that far, why don't we just go with Black Fire Bombs? I don't know. And then for the face, I mean, the character creator in this game is not very good. So I sort of just, I don't know, we'll go with, look at this. It's so terrible. I mean, I'm gonna put a helmet on straight away, so it doesn't really matter. Let's just get right into it. thought process into my character. This is the opening cutscene, which describes the world setting, the story, and it shows what bosses that you'll be coming up against in the game. I think that this opening cutscene is really, really nice. I like it a lot. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you first watch it, because you don't really understand any of the concepts. But once you've actually beaten the game, you start to get a idea of what it actually means, and that's one of the best things about the Soul series, is just learning as you play the game through the NPCs that you meet and the items that you pick up, and just that exploration and learning experience is great. Nito, I like Nito's design. He is a big skeleton made up of small skeletons. Gwyn is very, he reminds me of Zeus, because he has electricity attacks. And, yeah, it's a cool cutscene. I really miss when games used to have these CGI cutscenes. They don't tend to have them anymore. Even with Elden Ring. Elden Ring didn't have a CGI cutscene either. It had sort of still images with the story told in the background, which, you know, it's a certain way of doing it, but I don't like it as much as this. I love Seath's design. Seath has got a really, really unique and interesting design for a dragon. I like him a lot. I'm sorry if I'm rambling, by the way. I'm just trying to think of things to say through this opening cutscene. So I might not be making any sense. When this game first came out, I have no idea what year it came out. I can't remember, it was so long ago. I remember watching this cutscene and being like, oh my god, this looks so good. Like, the realism is immense. I always really like the dark sign. Like, it looks really, really, it's really simple, but I really like it. I think that it would make a really, really good tattoo. I don't have any tattoos, but if I was to ever get a tattoo, I think I would get something like simple, like the dog sign, or I would get the Hunter's Mark from Bloodborne. Bloodborne's my favourite. We'll get to Bloodborne, don't worry. We'll get to it. So the switch now from the CGI cutscene to the in-game visuals. It's quite a stark contrast. And the reason why I don't spend a lot of time making my character look nice is because you will see in just a second what our character looks like for most of the game. Here he is. And as you can see, yeah, he is undead. So there's really no point in making a pretty character. And there's Oscar. Right, so here we go. I'm using my controller that's quite clicky, so hopefully you will hear some of the controller sounds as well. So for those that don't know anything about Dark Souls, we are just left to our devices here straight away, and you get these tutorial messages on the ground that explain how to perform certain actions. And as you can see, I have like the worst weapon of all time right now, so it doesn't do very much damage. It's broken, as you can see. If you hold the circle button, or the B button I suppose if you're playing on Xbox, then you sprint. R1 is your attack, L1 is your block, but I don't actually have a shield right now. And I always forget with this game that you can't fast climb ladders. This game is very, very slow compared to the more modern Souls titles. I'm trying not to run through too fast, but this is a bonfire. So when you rest at bonfires, it resets the world state, so all the enemies respawn, and you get all of your health back. We also have some items that you can equip to your bar here, so you can see that flashing. So if you go into your equipment, you can put all sorts of things on your bar. That's your quick bar. You've got your right-handed weapon, your left-handed weapon, arrows, rings, and then your equipment that you can put on. But I don't have anything right now. This is quite a scary moment for a lot of people, the boss there. But he is not too scary because you can just run away from him. And then you sometimes see these players here running around. These are other players that are playing online, and you can see them running around the world. A little bit later on in the game, you can get invaded by other players, and they can help you as well with bosses if you summon them in. It's a really, really cool concept. I'm just putting on all of these things that I'm picking up. So now we have a sword and a shield, which is nice. I'm quite heavy right now, which is why I'm quite slow. But like I was saying before, I am very, very basic in Souls games. I like to play as a character that has a short sword and a shield and heavy armor, and I just, face tank my way through the game. The only sort of exception is in, is in Elden Ring, where I went for a pure magic build, and that was just so fun. So here we've got Oscar, and he is in a really lovely sort of cinematic posture right here. I always liked how he's sitting with the sun coming in on him, and he's asking us to complete his mission for him. I love his shield as well. He's a very nice looking character, and this is just my favourite. I love that armor set so much. It's so simple, but it really is great. And I love that helmet. That helmet's my favourite. I'm a big fan of armor in games. Like the moment that I can put a helmet on my character, I'm putting that helmet on my character. And he gives us an Estus flask, which is our primary form of healing. It's going to be very, very, very important games, just in case they have more dialogue. And unfortunately he does die, and we get a few souls. And he gave us a key that we can open this door with. I'm sorry if I'm just kind of rushing through here, but I've played this game quite a few times, so I sort of understand the opening quite well. Just gonna try and drag this guy here. Something I like to do is hold my shield up, wait for them to hit it, and then retaliate. And this shield is actually really good because, as you can see, it blocks 100% of all physical damage, which is just amazing for the beginning of this game. One thing that I'm really not very good at is parrying. I've never been very good at parrying. Pretty much the only Souls game that I can parry in is Bloodborne. Every other Souls game I'm absolutely terrible at parrying, so yeah, you probably won't see a parry. I just find the timing really hard. Alright, this is the Asylum Demon. We can get a big chunk of health taken off straight away with our plunge attack. Best thing to do is to take your time in this game. Don't panic. Don't rush. Just really, one swing. One at a time. Just try not to get too greedy. I'm really greedy when it comes to this game. So yeah, I fully understand how difficult it can be to not go all in. But yeah, as you can see, that was pure greed. And there we go. So, now that we've beat the Asylum Demon, he gives us a big key and some humanity, so we can leave the first area. And this is sort of the tutorial zone, so it teaches you all of your how to play and all your moves and everything. I haven't been reading any of the messages because I remember how to play, but yeah, I accidentally drank my Estus. That's fine. There is actually an NPC just around here that you can talk to. I'm not sure what her name is in this game. I think is it Snuggly? It might be Snuggly the crow. You can give her items, and she'll give you an item in return, like sort of a trade. But to be honest, I don't really do that very much. So yeah, that concludes the tutorial section, and we're gonna go to the main hub of the game. But yeah, this game is awesome. It's very intimidating because, Dark Souls has got quite a reputation for being hard, but honestly, it's not that bad. It's a learning experience at the end of the day. You'll die a lot your first playthrough because you just don't know what is going to happen. Like, there's a lot of areas where enemies might jump out at you, or you don't know the boss's moveset. It's just a learning experience. So in Lodran, level up and kindle at bonfires. So this is the main hub of the game, Firelink Shrine. So as you can see, we've got a few more options here now. We've got the level up here, and we can put that into our different stats. So I always get my dex strength for now, and then we can put it into some of the other stuff later. Covenants, I don't really deal with covenants much, so I just won't even talk about that. Kindling is when, basically, if you use your humanity, you can kindle bonfires, which makes them go from giving you 5 Estus flask uses to 10 Estus flask uses. And I think that you can go up to 15, but I'm not sure if you have to get to a certain point. I can't remember. That little flash that you just saw there is because somebody else that is playing online has kindled the bonfire in their own game, and you can see it's actually given me 11 Estus now at the bottom. All of these things are very, very unclear the first time you play. This guy here, I'm not going to listen to him because he talks a load of shit, but he basically gives you some sort of hint as to where you should go, so I just talked to him a few times. Some more humanities there, and I think there's some items somewhere around here. So let's have a little look around. Firebomb is always useful. Usually just for baiting out enemies that are being annoying. And then there's another NPC up here. I'm not actually going to talk to him because he asks for money and I don't have much, so just ignore him for now. There's quite a few other areas around here that we can go, but I think that we should just, because we want to see how far I can get in the time limit, let's just go to the first sort of area. So this is going to be going towards the Undead Burg, which is, it's kind of where the game wants you to go. You can go anywhere you want. You know, you're not specifically stuck going a certain direction, but you can choose. But this direction is ideal, really. I'm just gonna go around here because that guy's really annoying. Please stop. Oh my goodness. I need to heal. Okay. Right. Going up this direction here. What is this item? So these souls that I'm picking up, it's a lot of information to take in, honestly, but you can use them to get more souls. So in the bottom right corner of the screen, you'll be able to see the soul count, and you can level up with those souls and buy things from merchants as well, or you can give souls to NPCs and they'll give you different things. So yeah, your souls are your primary form of currency, and the enemies at the beginning of the game don't really give you like too much in the way of, you know, a lot of souls, but once you get a bit further in, you start getting bigger amounts of different enemies. Please stop. Okay. Enemies also will drop items, and it's kind of random what they drop. So they have different drop rates. Some enemies will have a higher drop rate for certain items, and a rarer drop rate. So let's see. enemies. And it's a rewarding experience. I like it a lot. Sorry if I'm really like spinning the camera. It's good to have it's good to have a good view of your surroundings, so moving the camera around a lot just to make sure that nothing's going to sneak up behind you, because enemies do like to do that a lot. But yeah, we just kind of went around that area just to collect some items and get a few more souls. Oh. The kick is a really annoying input in this game. So the way that you perform a kick is you press forward on the stick and R1 at the same time. Whenever you want to do the kick, like right now, I can't do it, but whenever I don't want to do it, I end up doing it. It's just a really, really terrible input. Very annoying. I don't like it. You can't make that jump, I know that from experience. Oh, big dragon. Big, big, big dragon. Oh gosh. You see, I'm like kicking when I don't want to kick. It's so annoying. And I'm getting hit by every enemy. Now I think if you had the master key... Oh no, you can't open it. I do apologise. I thought that this was a master key door. Wooden shield, that's not really very good for us right now because we have got a very good shield. As starting shields go, this shield is really good. And let's sit at this bonfire. So, can we level up? We can. Let's put another point into strength. And then I think what I will do is we will go back down here and go and speak to the merchant, because I am pretty sure he has a few good items for us that we can get. So let's have a little look. These enemies are so annoying. See, this is where the kick comes in handy, because they love to hold their shield up. And you see, I'm trying to kick and I'm just not doing a very good job. So the merchant is down here, I think. One thing that I've always really disliked in this game is that when you're next to a wall and you try and use your weapon will just bounce off the wall. It's so annoying. I don't want to read the message, I want to talk to them. I like this guy. I like the way he talks. He sounds like he has a cold. Like his nose is blocked, and I think it's just because he doesn't have a nose. But he's quite funny. NPCs in Dark Souls are, well, they are quite the character. Let's see what he has. So, I think I might save up for the residence key, the repair box, souls box. So that is what? 3, 4, 5,000 souls. And anything in here that I want. Let's see. The short bow is actually quite useful, so 6,000. How many decks do I need for that? Short bow. 12. Yeah, I thought it was 12. Yeah, so we'll save up. So that's 1,000. 2,000. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6,000. We will save up 6,000 souls. I think that I actually have some souls that I can use right now. Let's see how much we get from these. 1,000. And okay, so we're already like almost halfway there. So we'll just keep an eye on that. The one thing that we don't want to do is die, because then we'll have to start from scratch again. So we will try everything in our power to not die. I'm actually going to heal because I don't trust myself. Alright. Maybe we should head towards the boss. And I think that we can actually make this jump. I might have to take all my clothes off though, because I'm very, very heavy. Let's see. Okay, I think that the jump is on circle. Alright, nice. Put my clothes back on. Oh god, don't roll back off, for goodness sake. Alright, what do we have up here? Probably something I don't need. A crossbow. Yeah, I don't really like the crossbows as much as the regular bows, to be honest. Not as much of a fan. Excuse you, sir. Excuse you. Okie dokie. Okay, let's head back up here. Let's just go in the general direction towards the boss. See how far we can get. I need to remember to let my stamina regen. Okay. Oh, he takes 3. Does not open from this side. You will see that message a lot when you play this game. You can actually see as well on the upper left corner of the screen there is now a 1 next to my health bar. That is what you would call a soft humanity. Sometimes when you kill enemies, they will automatically give you a soft humanity. I notice it happens more often with rats for some reason. And basically what that means is, if you go to a bonfire, you can actually reverse your hollowing. And then when you're human, you can do a lot of different things that you otherwise can't do when you're undead. Like participate in the online with other players. And you can kindle bonfires as well. You can't do any of those things if you to learn about as you play the game, because the game doesn't really explain these things to you. I kind of like that it doesn't explain them though. It makes the game more of a adventure. There is nothing quite like the experience of playing a new Souls game on release, and figuring out everything there is about the game along with everybody else that's playing for the first time. There's no experience quite like it. So if you're playing this game for the first time, or any Souls game, definitely see if you can get through the game on your own without looking anything up, because it is a unique experience. Where is the door? Okay. I got stuck. I couldn't find the door then. That was pretty silly. I hate these enemies, the way they hold their shields up. The best way is to just not have your shield held up and then bait them in for an attack, or try and do the kick. But like I said before, the kick, I'm just really not very good at the input for it. There is a really strong enemy down here. Yeah, I'm not even gonna attempt. Is there anything down there? I don't even know. Let's see if we can walk past him. Oh god, I'm scared. I really don't want to aggro this guy, if possible. Okay. Is there anything down here? No, okay, never mind. Oh god, I'm so scared right now. This controller that I'm using, it's very good for controller sounds because it's very clicky, but the analog sticks are really bad, so when you're trying to push them forward to just walk, it doesn't really work very well. It's a little bit too sensitive. Please, sir, let me get up the stairs. Okay. I think this is a door that opens if you have the master key, and you'd be able to go down there and get to a different area, and there is a very strong NPC down there as well. I am sure that there is a crystal lizard in one of these barrels. I am sure of it. There he is. Oh no. Get him. Yay. Twinkling titanite. It's quite a I wouldn't say rare resource, but it's definitely rarer than other titanite, and titanite is what you use to upgrade your weapons. Okay, let's see if I can do this boss without dying. Here we go. I'm very scared. Okay. I should have taken out the archers. I forgot. So the main gimmick of this boss is that you can climb up here and then do a drop attack on him, and you can keep doing that as well. I might just try and kill him, to be honest. But with the archers, it's not really ideal, is it? just concentrate a little bit. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, this could be bad. Trail. Okay, that was lucky. Oh gosh, okay, greed, greed, the greed, the greed. I'm gonna see if I can heal. If possible. Oh no. No, don't heal. Oh my god, no. No, 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 no. Okay, Keida, lock in. I'm going in, I'm going in. Okay. Okay, that boss didn't go exactly as I would have liked it to go because I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about the arches at the top of the wall. Completely forgot about them. So yeah, that was a bit silly, but we managed to do it, so that is awesome. And we've also got enough souls now that we can buy all of those items from the shopkeeper as well. So there should be a shortcut somewhere. Let's see if we can get to it. Just gotta get through this area first. So quite happy I've managed to beat the first proper boss in this gameplay session, so that is cool. We definitely want to go down here and talk to the best boy. Here he is, Solaire. This is the best boy. The way that he talks is very bizarre. He doesn't really make much sense. But he is very, very friendly. He's really your only true friend in this game. And you meet him a few times throughout. And he's just such a nice guy, you know. I love him so much. And I really, really like his armor set, like his son, because it looks kind of dorky. And I can just imagine that he made that himself, you know. I don't think it actually says, maybe it does in the item descriptions, I don't remember, but it just looks like something that he made himself, and he, like, you know, stitched that on, that sun, and that is just so cute. But yeah, basically, he is telling us about the online aspect of the game, the co-op, summoning in for jolly cooperation, and he mentions about how you can, I think he mentions about how people will invade you as well. This is his famous line. He's adorable, I like him a lot. But you meet Solaire a few times through the game and he's always just so cute and so charming, and I just love him so much. I'm going to run. Oh no, is this dragon gonna get me? Oh my god. Help. Very scary. Okay, it's fine. We got through it. It's absolutely fine. I think this is the shortcut. Alright, nice. We can go and buy all of those items now. Let's do that. Can we slide down ladders? Yes, we can. I always forget what you can do with past these guys, because if you start running past enemies in this game, that's when you start running into a lot of problems, because they will chase you to the ends of the earth. Honestly, they will chase you so far. The range at which their aggro cuts off is so ridiculous that you may as well just kill them on the way past. The only time that I ever sort of run past enemies is if I'm on the run back to a boss. So if I've just died to a boss and I want to get back to the boss as fast as possible, then I'll run past the enemies, but otherwise I will not do that. Alright. Let's skip past his dialogue. He is yapping. Alright, so we want the residence key. We want the repair box, the bottomless box, and we want the short bow. There we go. And then, we can buy some arrows as well. Let's get some standard arrows. How many can we buy? I don't want 149, oh my god. Why don't we just buy 50? And then that will do us for quite a while. And now, if you wanted to, you could kill this guy. He has an Uchi samurai sword. You can kill him for that. So that's an option that's there for you if you want. I will let him live today. I'm just wondering whether I should show everybody a cool little thing here. I'm sure that everybody that's played this game knows about it, but maybe some people might not know about it, so I don't know. Basically, there's a dragon here, and if you use your bow, you can attack his tail, and if you attack his tail and manage to break it off, then you will get a weapon, and it's very, very good for the starting area, because it's just very, very strong for this early on. My goodness gracious me. Okay, get out of here. You're annoying me. Okay, I won't get it. I won't get the Drake sword. That's what I call the Drake sword. Let's see if we can make it to the next bonfire, maybe. So we have a new bar that's popping up that you can see on the screen when these rats are hitting me, and that is poison. So yeah, we gotta be careful not to get poisoned, because poison is actually really, really, really debilitating in this game. It makes your health tick down very quickly. Very, very quickly. Now, oops. There is a black knight at the top of this tower. Maybe we should see if we can kill him. I don't think I would be able to, because I'm not very good at fighting them. Shall we do it? Shall we try it? This could be the end of the gameplay session when I inevitably die to him. Let's try it. Let's try it. Why not? We're very close to a bonfire anyway if we do die. Okay, he's a badass. I'm gonna see if I can get a backstab. Oh my god, that does literally no damage. It's so over. It's so over for me. Oh my god. This is terrible. This is terrible. Goodness gracious me. Maybe I will speed up this part of the gameplay when I inevitably die to him. Oh my god, stop. Oh no. Please, don't do a drop attack on me. Please. Please don't do a drop attack. Okay, okay, bro. Okay. Oh no. Help. Stop, please. Please. Okay. That's a very, very good place